So if you're the owner of an 8GB MacBook Air or Pro or whatever, you might be fretting that Apple has finally moved to having 16GB as the baseline memory, and you might be missing out. Well, it is true, more memory is better. But for now, if you have a machine that's doing everything you wanted it to do, the only thing you could be possibly missing is Apple Intelligence. And there was some confusion about whether Apple Intelligence is available on 8GB Macs or not, because initially they said no. So if you haven't actually tried it, it is available, right? But you just have to turn it on. So you have to go to settings, and there is a new item here called Apple Intelligence. Now you can see it's on, but by default it is off. And if you don't turn it on, then you will not even know you have it. When you turn it on, it takes about an hour, maybe more than an hour for it to set up. I guess it's just setting up the models and whatnot. Once it's done, it's available. And yes, you get the new Siri logo, which is up here. Yeah, it's very fancy. Is it very... Yeah, it's listening to me right now. So I'll stop the microphone. Is it useful? I'm just going to type it. Is it useful? Let's find out. So it's there. But so for example, if I say, give me a summary of Roman history, what will it do? It gives me a set of links. Here, let me try talking to it. Give me a summary of Roman history. And again, it didn't even recognize my voice. Now, that's kind of disappointing because, at this point, we are very used to things like ChatGPT. And I could just go there and I could say, give me a summary of Roman history. And I'll get a much better answer. I'll get a proper summary, period by period and so on, or whatever you want to do. So I think we are at a stage of artificial intelligence, AI, where frankly, Siri, although it's trying to catch up, is looking fairly pathetic, at least for this kind of thing. It's the new logo and everything, but at least you have it. Is it useful at all? Well, there's a few use cases. So for example, if I have this article from Ars Technica, it's a long article, and I don't want to read, the auto summarize thing is now in there. So you can click on this icon, first go to reader view. And if you now go to reader view, you get this little summary option. And it basically gives you a little summary. It can be useful. It can be useful. So, for summarization, it's fine. It's also good for writing tasks. So if I go to Beer, which is my go-to text editor, and this is the article that I was writing, and if I just highlight a bunch of text and wait a few seconds, I will get this little Windows Intelligence icon over here, right there. And if I click this, it will offer to make it more professional, more concise, and it can do a bunch of other things. If I ask it to make it more concise, let's see. It takes a few seconds for it to process, but it will come up with a nice summary. Is it more concise? It's not very concise, but you be the judge. So yeah, it can do that. Also, if I just now highlight the whole thing, and again, I get this little icon, and it can give me, for example, the key points. And yeah, they're coming up. Right. So that's like a point-by-point summary. Now, I've gone through these before, and what I've noticed is that they're not as good as what I could have done with ChatGPT. Of course, the whole point of the Apple Intelligence is that everything is happening on device. And in case of ChatGPT, you have to send it to the cloud. So I understand what's going on here. But as a practical measure, if I'm not too worried about privacy for something or the cloud, and personally I'm not that worried, this is hardly top secret stuff, I would rather use ChatGPT every time. That's just a fact. So yeah, it can be used, but it's marginally useful. If I go to photos, it does have the new cleanup option that can be useful. So let me just show you that quickly as well. So I go to this photos, I have this picture lined up of my cat. Well, not my cat, a cat on my garden bench. And I have this new cleanup thingy, which is based upon intelligence. And if I do that, and if I now come here, I can just do this and select the cat. And it'll try to make it go away. Yeah, so that's not bad. The pattern doesn't quite match the underlying pattern, but it's pretty good. But again, you've seen these tools before. I'm a Pixelmator Pro user that has it. Google Photos has had it forever. So while it's nice to have it native to the system, it's not earth-shattering. It's not earth-shatteringly good, but it's there. It's useful. cat, no cat. So yeah, it did work. It did work. And so there you have it. You do have it on the 8GB machines. It's not very good so far. Hopefully it gets better, because honestly it's looking farther and farther behind the competition at this point. I was expecting it to be sort of at the ChatGPT level, but not really. No, it's not there yet. But yeah, you have the option. All right, so just a quick update on Apple Intelligence on the 8GB machines, and yeah, try it out.